Hello everyone. Welcome to Preparation Easy. I am Apeksha and I am your guide for your exciting journey, and the journey is for International English Olympiads. I am really excited to guide you through this journey and I hope you too. So if you are in class 9, then you are preparing for International English Olympiad, which is conducted by SOF, and you are preparing from the basics. You need to understand the exam pattern, the syllabus, right? Because for preparing every exam, you need to understand what kind of this exam is, right? What is the kind of the exam? What type of questions will be asked? What is the expectation or demand of the question, right? So we are going to understand exactly the syllabus, the overview of this International English Olympiads. I am excited to explore this journey with you, and here we start with understanding the pattern of this question paper. So we are going to have 50 questions and 60 minutes for this exam, right? We are going to have 50 questions and we are going to have 60 minutes to solve these 50 questions. So I have a simple trick for this exam, and which is read and respond within 60 seconds. Okay, if you have to crack the exam, if you have to answer each and every question of this exam, and you have only 60 minutes to complete the exam, then we have to understand this trick, and the trick is read and respond within 60 seconds. So before we move further, we need to understand what type of questions are expected. What is the exact syllabus, what is the syllabus overview, or we can say what is the pattern of this exam, okay? Starting with the section 1, and there is a lot in the section 1, a lot means you can see there are different topics, but trust me, all these topics are easy to understand, and while we are preparing for this exam, we need to understand. Okay? Because this exam is not about find the following or match the following or use the correct option, right? It is not just all about that. We have to understand the question and choose the appropriate. First we have to understand the question, then we have options, right? We have options and we have to choose the appropriate option for the question. Alright? Yeah. So we have to understand what we are going to understand, the exam, the syllabus, the question. We are going to understand each and every part of this exam. Okay? Starting with the synonyms, antonyms. I believe you understand the synonyms and antonyms since you are in 9th standard. But just to revise, let's say synonyms with similar words and antonyms with opposite words. We are not going to deep dive in this section 1. We are just going to understand the section 1, what type of questions we are expecting. Okay. So synonyms, antonyms, analogies and spellings. Okay. Then one word order, nouns. Okay, so from here we are going to start the parts of speech. Nouns, pronouns, verbs, adverbs, adjectives, articles, a and the, prepositions, conjunctions, punctuations, jumbled words, voices, active and passive voices, conquered, questions forms, tenses, which is going to be a lengthy topic, but of course we are going to have again 4 options and we have to choose the correct one. Okay. Then conditionals, models, reported speech, direct speech and reported speech. Then collocations, phrasal verbs, idioms and phrases we say, homonyms and homophones, words related to social cause, travel, workplace, etc. Now we have read the section 1 and you are aware of many of these topics. Okay, you are aware of many of these topics and we are also going to deep dive in the topic, each and every topic. We are going to understand each and every topic. But while understand the section 1, we need to understand this all is about the word power. Right? So we are going to have some questions in the next series, or we can say next videos. And we have to choose the correct option, right, for each question. And the correct option will be in one word, and we have to choose correct appropriate word for the question so that we can get at least 1 mark for the question. Right? So synonyms, antonyms, analogies till the tenses. I believe you are aware of the collocations, phrasal verbs, idioms. Okay, let's say you are aware till the phrasal verbs or idioms. Okay. But further here we see words related to social cause, travel and workplace. Now if we need to understand the requirement or the demand of the question, okay, this is not going to be enough, right? Reading or understanding these topics are not going to be enough for the section 1. Why? Because in section 1 there is a topic, words related to social cause, right? Travel, workplaces. And are we going to read the dictionaries? Are we going to read the encyclopedias? We are going to read the articles, the newspapers, the books, the short stories which are related to social cause, travel, workplace, the essays, right, the news. And there we are going to get new words. There we are going to expand our vocabulary, right? So yes, the section 1 is all about the word power. The word power. Okay? You have to choose the correct word. There will be 4 options, 3 will be similar. Still you have to choose the perfect one, the accurate one. Okay? Yes. So this is your section 1. In section 1, we have understood the word power, and now we are going to move forward. Section 2. Now section 2 is quite different, and we are going to read the section 2 first and then we are going to understand. Search for and retrieve information from various text types. Text types means like articles, newspapers, etc. And here the text types are mentioned: flyers, classifieds, dictionaries, etc. And we already have this, right? We have the syllabus, various text types like flyers, classifiers, dictionaries. The first step, what do we need to read? Right? So here's your answer. The flyers. We have to practice for the flyers, the classifieds, the dictionaries. Okay? Then understand information presented in instructional manual format. Okay? Whenever we are speaking, our language is casual. Right? we are just talking, we are expressing our feelings, right? We are expressing our thoughts. But instructional manual format is quite different. The words used in the instructional manuals are different. So if you order something, if you order online, or if you just buy something, okay, let's say electronics, there will be a complete manual, right? There will be manual, there will be information about the product, about the company, and then how to use it, then what to do when it is like we have to whom to call, right? Everything is mentioned in the manual, but in a different language. And in the excitement of the product, we just forget to read the manual. We just forget it, right? But if you are preparing for this Olympiad exam, read anything which is new, okay? Other than books, other than stories, try to read newspapers, try to read flyers, try to read instructional manual formats. And it is really important to read these instructional manual formats. Why? Because there will be questions on this. Okay, and we need to understand again the demand of the question. What is the demand of the question? And if you understand the manual format, if you understand how the instructions are given, then it will be definitely easier for you in your exam. So yes, we are going to read and work on instructional manual formats. Okay. Next, message format and others. So this is simple. Of course, we are going to understand this as well, but let's move forward. For the time being, acquire broad understanding and look for specific information in longer texts like editorials, essays, etc. If you read newspapers, okay, there are editorials. There is a section called editorials. If you read the editorials, it is a very long, vast paragraph. We say it is a collection of paragraphs, okay. A very important knowledge. It is mentioned in the editorials. And if you read editorials, okay, it's a broad understanding. You need to acquire the broad understanding. Kisme? In editorials and essays. So, in short, what the section 2, what is the demand or expectation of the section 2 from the students is, if you read editorials for let's say 50 sentences, you need to understand all the 50 sentences, and you can also just make it compact in 30 or 20 sentences. Okay. So, how much have you understood from the editorial or the essay? That is going to be asked in section 2. So, again we are going to revise the section 2. And since we have understood the section 1, which was about the power of the word, and here we are going to understand the power of reading. The section 2 is all about the power of reading of the student. Okay. If you read different text types, if you can understand the dictionaries, the long texts, right? The longer texts like editorials, essays, right? Or articles, then you will be able to understand the questions, the demand of the question in our exam as well. Okay? Great. So, let's just in single line. First section is about words. Second section is about reading. And now moving forward to our third section. Section 3. So, in section 3 we need to understand the crux of the article or maybe the paragraph which is given in the exam. Let's understand with this the ability to understand situation based variations. Okay? The ability to understand the situation based variations in functions like giving advice, stating preferences, discussing probability, making an offer, etc. So here we see it is all about the presentation, right? It is kind of a soft skills which are performed in the offices or maybe in your schools, right? These skills are very important if you want to become a good speaker, a good communicator. Alright? And what are the skills? See, situation based variations in functions like giving advice. The questions will be asked and we have to find out the giving advice. Okay, the question is, the sentence is this and that. The person is giving advice or stating preferences or discussing about the probability. For example, I will come tomorrow. Let's see. I will come tomorrow. Okay, this is one sentence. And let's say, I hope I will come tomorrow. I would come tomorrow. So as far as we understand, this is something about telling someone that I am going to come tomorrow. Okay. In first sentence, we are sure about this, the person. For example, I am saying that I will come tomorrow. Okay. I will come tomorrow. So it is sure that the person is going to come tomorrow. Definitely. I hope I will come tomorrow. Here is kind of expectation, or we can say here is kind of hope or future predictability, where I hope I will come tomorrow. I am not so sure, but I hope, if everything is fine, I hope I will come tomorrow. And I would come tomorrow. See, there are some, for example, there are some situations where I can come or I would not be able to come. Okay. So there are two situations in this, specifically this sentence. There are two situations. For example, one, I will come if everything is good, and second, if everything is not good, then I will not come. This sentence gives us two options or two predictions that there are two different situations. Okay? Yeah. So this is how we are going to be asked in the exam, and we are going to use the situation based, and we are going to choose the correct option when the questions are asked like this. Okay? So this is about your mental ability to understand the situation. It's not about the synonyms, antonyms, tense or parts of speech or etc. etc. It is about your mental ability to choose. As I said, it is skill based. Right? The first one was the the power of word. The second one was the power of reading, and the third one is the power of your mental ability or the skill based questions. Okay? So this is our section 3, and now moving forward to section 4, which is higher order thinking questions. Also we call them HOTS. Okay? Higher order thinking questions. So the syllabus will be as per section 1, 2, 3. The synonyms will be asked, the antonyms will be asked, the tenses will be asked, but in different manner. The reading comprehension is in section 2, but we are going to get it in section 4 as well, but the difficulty level will be higher. Similarly, the section 3 where we are going to ask skill based questions, but the difficulty level will be higher. Okay? So section 4 is not as simple as section 1, 2, 3. The questions will be asked similar to the section 1, 2 and 3, but in higher order thinking. Alright? In higher order thinking. So the questions will be asked, the difficulty level will be a little higher. Okay? Yes. So this is our syllabus. What we understood, first we need to understand the syllabus. Second, the power of the word. Then power of reading. Then let's say mental ability. And 4, the higher thinking. Okay? So higher order thinking or higher thinking, this is the 4th type. Okay? So this is how we are going to break down the syllabus. Okay? The first is power of word. We need to understand, we need to read as much as possible, and we need to understand the words. We need to understand the meaning of the word. We need to understand the utilization of the word. Okay? We need to understand how we are going to use it in the sentence, or which other word we can use for the same word. Where I can say again synonyms. Okay? But it is not just about synonyms, it is also about the tenses, it is also about the figurative speeches, or it is also about the idioms. Okay? Again, in next section we understood the power of reading. If we are preparing for this exam, we must know we have to read as much as possible. And the key to reading is, like if you are reading 1 page a day, or which is really less, a page a day is a less thing if you are preparing for this exam. But if you are preparing for this exam and if you are reading like newspaper, right, you need to read it thoughtfully. You don't need to like mindful. You need to be a really mindful person while reading the editorials, while reading the short stories, or while reading the articles. Okay? So you need to be mindful. Yeah. Third is your mental ability. So it is not what you read, right? It is not about the article, it is not about the news, it is not about the editorials or essays. It is about the situation. It is about the situation, and we need to be very mindful, very thoughtful while choosing the option in this section. Okay? And finally, the higher thinking, higher order thinking questions, where this type of questions will be asked, but the difficulty level will be higher. So here is our syllabus. This is all about our syllabus, and we need to understand the syllabus. Why? Because while we are preparing for any exam, even when we are preparing for any, if you are an athlete, you have to prepare daily, right? You have to do exercise daily, right? Similarly, if you are preparing for exam, for such exam which is really very difficult, however, which is really interesting, you need to prepare, you need to make a plan. You need to make a plan for this, and we need to understand the demand, the expectations of the question. We need to understand the demand of this exam, and also we have to understand the pattern of this exam. Okay, so moving forward, we are going to understand the pattern of the exam, and this is our pattern of the exam. The questions are classified, or maybe you can say distributed in 4 different sections. Each section is there are number of questions, and each question is marked for specific 1, 2 or 3. We are going to understand that, of course, and finally the total marks, so that we can plan accordingly. Okay? What we need to understand, what we need to work on, what we need to, do we need to read more, or we need to work on our vocabulary, or we need to start our critical thinking. Okay? So this is the pattern of the exam. Okay, there will be 4 sections again. Yeah, there will be 4 sections. Yeah, these are the 4 sections. The first, as I said, the word, power of word, the word, structure and knowledge. Right? We are going to understand the first section, which is about word and structure knowledge. Okay? There will be 30 questions. 30 questions in section 1, each question for 1 mark and total marks are counted as 30. 30 questions, 1 question for 1 mark and total section 1 is for 30 marks. Moving forward, section 2 is about reading. As I said, reading is going to be a very important thing while we are preparing for this exam. Section 2 is about reading. The questions are 10, each question for 1 mark and total marks given are 10 for section number 2. Now moving forward for the section 3, which is spoken and written expressions, while you are expressing your thoughts, and the number of questions are 5, each question for 1 mark, so the total marks will be given as 5. Great. And the achievers section. The achievers section, these are the 45 marks which are in your hand. Okay, if you prepare very thoroughly, and if you prepare every day, you do your work, you do your studies, and you read as much as possible, these 45 marks are in your hands. But if you are preparing for the achiever section, 5 questions, each question for 3 marks and total marks will be counted as 15. So here is the difference. If you lose 1 question in achiever section, you are going to lose 3 marks, right? And that's why you need to work on all these 3 and plus the achievers section. So the total number of questions will be 50 and the total number of marks will be 60. Correct? So this is going to be our pattern of the exam. So we have 50 questions, 60 marks and 60 minutes to solve. Okay? I hope you understood the pattern of the question. Okay? Question paper. And of course this is for 5th to 12th, but the syllabus will be slightly different for from class 5th to 12th. So yes, the pattern is similar, but the syllabus is slightly different. Okay? Great. I hope you understood the pattern and syllabus of the exam. Now we have to prepare for the exam, right? And how we are going to prepare is going to make a lot of difference to crack this exam, get good numbers, and while having easy preparation. Okay? Olympiad exams often test not only knowledge. It is not just about your knowledge. It is not how much you read. It is just not about. It is of course about your reading comprehension and all. But it is not just about your knowledge, but also problem solving, creativity and critical thinking. As we see. Yeah, section 3. Yeah, section 3. Situation-based variation functions like giving advice, stating preferences, etc. And again, section 4 is for higher order thinking. So the Olympiad exam is not about section 1 and 2. It is about section 3 and 4 as well. So knowledge, but also problem solving skills in as we see in section 3, creativity and critical thinking. Okay. So how we are going to get all of this? We are going to understand. My first word while I started this session, my first word was understand, right? So understand the syllabus and exam pattern. Whatever you are reading, the syllabus, the exam, the previous year question papers, the newspapers, the books or anything, the dictionaries, anything. You need to understand what you are reading. Okay? Then build strong conceptual knowledge. Don't just read, don't just understand, make your conceptual knowledge strong. Okay, build your conceptual knowledge strong. Okay, we need to understand the concept of the specific topic, word, the article, etc. Okay. Practice problem solving and logical reasoning. The section 3 is all about problem solving and logical reasoning, right? So we have to practice the problem solving and logical reasoning so that we can solve one question in 60 seconds or less than 60 seconds, because we have only 60 minutes. So maximum time we have for any question is 60 seconds. Okay, remember this. Then mock test. Okay, practice as much as possible. Mock tests are very important. Then focus on time management. Here we come as a life skill. Okay, time management is very important. As I said, one question for 60 seconds and you have only 60 minutes. So you have to understand each question is going to get 60 seconds or less than 60 seconds. If the 60 seconds is extended, then you might get less time for next question. Okay, so time management is very important, but it is not only about the exam, it is also about while you are preparing for the exam, because we have 4 sections, total 4 sections. We are going to prepare them in less time and we are going to understand each and every topic with problem solving and logical reasoning as well. So time management is very important. We have 24 hours in one day, and then school, then tuitions, then your fun time, etc. So you need to understand that you have to manage your time for the exam preparation as well. Moving forward, the reading comprehension. Section 2, Section 3, Section 4. In fact, the whole exam is all about your reading comprehension. How? Let me tell you, there is a question, okay? This is the question. We have 3 lines to read and 4 options to read, and again choose the correct one. That is, we have 60 seconds to read and respond. 60 seconds to read and respond. Right? Read and respond. We have only 60 seconds to read and respond. So that is why reading comprehension is really very important. Solve the previous year question papers and mock test. Okay, that makes you understand the pattern, what kind of questions are being asked, what are the expectations or demand of the question, how we are going to solve the question, is there any trick or tip to understand the question or answer the question, choose the correct one, right? So solve the previous year papers and mock tests to get better idea. Moving further, focus on the critical thinking. Again, I am telling you, critical thinking is really very important while you are preparing for this exam. Critical thinking, why? Because the questions are not like fill in the blanks, match the following. These are not type of questions that are going to be asked in this type of exam, right? Olympiad exam is not that easy, but preparation can make it easy. Okay? Yeah. So focus on critical thinking and stay motivated and confident. I have a simple trick. If you want to stay motivated every day and confident every day, then make your life in a line. Like discipline is the key. If you want to be motivated all the time, then you have to be disciplined every day. Okay? So this is how we are going to prepare for this exam. This is how we are going to understand the syllabus, the pattern of the exam, and making it easier. Okay? Yeah. So that's all. That is our plan. And I believe if you understood each and every slide, if you understood the syllabus, if you understood the pattern, and if you understood your plan, then you can definitely do it with Preparation Easy.